The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
And this news just in, Shamina Begum, the lady who left Britain to join ISIS, has been offered a 4-bedroom house in Ancoats and decided to stay in Syria.
The Full Fix Breakfast, proudly sponsored by Osmo, the world's #1 polyox oil.
It's a beautiful thing! It's happened again! Woo! Greater Manchester is the world leader in drivers driving their cars onto tram lines. And in Oldham, we salute you, driver of the purple Ford car registration YE66UVP, for driving onto the tram lines. His car has gone off the rails a lot like Liam Neeson's career.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Got a bit rough at Old Trafford the other night, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, the atmosphere was heated the other night, mate. Seriously.
United are going to ask PSG to pay for the 800 seats that have been ripped out at Old Trafford. The away fans ripped out 800 seats, so the ground is now 800 seats short.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's loads they don't use at City, though. Maybe they could use a few of them. Good news, Gaz.
Go on.
The chicken dumped outside a stranger's home in Duckenfield is now at a rescue centre.
Oh, nice one.
We
Bless.
brought you this story yesterday, this CCTV footage. There's this Christine and Kevin Wilkinson's home in Duckenfield. For some reason, they have CCTV outside.
Paranoid. I mean, to be fair, Duckenfield, you would do.
Okay. And they captured the image of a lady in a grey hatchback drop off a chicken in a box, a live chicken. And
I shouldn't laugh. I'm laughing. I shouldn't laugh.
And it was a mystery, and they didn't know what they were going to do, and they gave it some sweet corn and some bird feed and left it in their garden overnight. Well, now it's under the care of the Every Bird Feather Rescue in Bolton. That's where it's gone.
Oh, that sounds so cute. Can I go and visit it?
I think you should. Maybe you should go today and get an interview with the biggest news story in Manchester right now.
I am fully up for going and interviewing a chicken in Bolton, if that's what we can do today after the show.
I think you should.
Let's do it.
Every Bird Feather Rescue in Bolton. You can talk to maybe some of the people there about... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Some weird stuff about this story, though, that makes me uncomfortable. Maybe you could ask more. The chicken has been given a name now.
Oh, okay.
Arnie.
Arnie. What's wrong with that? It's a cute name.
It's a chicken, not a cockerel. Arnie's a boy's name.
Point. That's a very good point, Graham.
So, clearly, Christine and Kevin Wilkinson, chicken sexing, not one of their strong suits.
No, they've misgendered the chicken.
Yes.
This is, in 2019, when there's so many rows about gender,
yes,
we can't be misgendering chickens.
Yeah, so Christine and Kevin, I'm glad the chicken's not with them anymore. Because if they can't tell a chicken from a cockerel, then, where are we going? So, so that's the first disturbing thing about the chicken.
What else is
the other disturbing thing is, let me see if I can find it here.
Is it just that it's been given such a human name? We need to go today and give it a better name. I think.
Girl's name would be a good start.
Let's pitch a female name at them. We'll come up with some good ones. If anyone's got any female names for chickens,
yes,
send them in.
or give us a call. 0330 380 3333. That's 0330 380 3333. I'm looking for the other. Okay, here's the really disturbing thing. The bird had been dyed pink.
That was the last thing I expected you to say then.
Yeah, and there's the MEN has a picture this morning of the bird on the car seat. Maybe it's going to the rescue centre in Bolton, and it is pink. It's a pink chicken.
Wait, why is it pink? What's going on?
According to the MEN, the bird has been dyed pink, which is a sign it might have been used in a party.
Sorry, mate, you're going to have to give me a few minutes to process that.
Yeah.
Like, is that...
But the way the
is that a regular thing?
I'll read you the whole sentence. The bird has been dyed pink, which is a sign it might have been used in a party, then dumped after the celebrations.
Wait, why have they said that with such confidence?
I know.
Why have they said that? Like,
isn't news who, what, where, when, why, how? Hang on. Why would you, what kind of party do you go to where you dye chickens pink? And celebrate what? Hang on, there's a whole different story. This story has got many layers now.
What is bizarre is the way they've said it, like it's a normal thing. Like at the police station, someone would bring in a chicken, it'll be pink, and you just go, that must have been at a party. That
party's just been discarded after the celebrations. Yeah, we get a lot of that. I mean, well, I've never even heard of such a thing. So this is. You need to track this lady down then who said this, because this is a quote from Stephanie Williams. She is the lady from Every Bird Feathered Rescue in Bolton. She got in touch after reading the article in the MEN. Or she may have heard us go on about it. Anyway, and it was her that said the bird has been dyed pink, which is a sign it might have been used in a party. You've got to find out more about these pink chicken parties. What is this all about?
Is it just me who kind of wants to go to a party that's full of a load of pink chickens?
No, I know. It's cruel. You shouldn't be dyeing animals different colours just for... and then dumping them.
It's horrible.
Gaz, this is investigative journalism. You need to go to Every Bird Feathered Rescue in Bolton, talk to the owner, Stephanie Williams, and find out what this is all about. Because this makes no sense.
I'm on it, Graham.
All right.
I'm on it.
Tomorrow morning, a special report exclusive on Fix Radio.
The Full Fix Breakfast.
There is a porn parody of the new Lego movie.
You have the penis of resistance. We need to figure out how the brick to use it.
Jeez.
Who's watching it? I just don't know who's watching it.
What sick person finds this? What fetish? What's the Lego fetish? Is that it?
Oh.
Pants Craggle is making my hinge tile tingle.
Want to go down on Craggle Rock?
That's it. We're not doing any more. I refuse to play any more of that.
And what's it called?
The Lego movie.
They missed a trick there. Shouldn't it be the Lego-ver movie?
Yes!
Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Hello, it's Stephanie Williams from the Bird Rescue.
Stephanie! It's okay for you to be live on Fix Radio over Manchester right now, is it?
Yes, that's fine.
Excellent.
Yeah.
First of all, how is Arnie?
Oh, well, he's very good this morning.
Now, hang on. You're supposed to be a chicken expert. You've just described him as a he. He's not a cockerel, is he?
I know it's a she. No, she's a she.
Well, how did she end up with a fella's name?
Well, apparently the people who found her named her Arnie.
Right.
Stephanie, can we ask a quick request? It's Gaz, by the way. Can we change the name to Annie?
Yes.
Oh, great. Now we're more comfortable with the whole thing, Steph.
Misgendering chickens.
That's right. Chicken sexing is one of the things this programme is quite proud of, and we don't want to ruin that reputation. Now, explain this to us. According to the MEN, and I think this is a quote from you, as the owner of the Every Bird Feathered Rescue in Bolton, it says, the bird has been dyed pink, which is a sign it might have been used in a party, then dumped after the celebrations. What sick party is there that people dye chickens pink?
Well, it happens more than you think. They do it for, gender reveals for babies. So sometimes they dye them pink or blue. I know. And I know, like, around Easter as well, they do dye little chicks different colours.
Oh, what?
So it does happen a lot more than you think.
What a horrible thing to do to them. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about Every Bird Feathered Rescue in Bolton. How many birds have you got, and where do they normally come from?
We normally rescue mainly wild birds.
Yeah.
So we get probably 200-300 a year, and we re-release them when they're better.
And what kind of birds usually then?
We get a lot of pigeons, songbirds, crows, corvids, that kind of thing.
Stephanie, I would absolutely love to visit you guys today, if that's okay, and potentially visit Annie, if that's okay.
I'm in work at the moment because I work as well as running the rescue.
Yeah.
But we can definitely sort something.
Okay, so we might be able to see you today, but we might be able to come round another day. Gaz can come round.
Great.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, meet Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interview Annie.
Can we actually interview Annie and get Annie on Fixed Radio?
Ask her if she's okay.
Certainly can.
That's fine.
I'm not sure what she'll say, but yeah.
Stephanie, first of all, thank you very much for being there for birds to rescue them and for helping out with Annie in particular, but just for being there and all the work you do, because I'm guessing you don't get paid for this.
No, it's completely voluntary.
Oh, hey, well, thank you.
Yeah,
and secondly, and most important, thanks for returning our call. I didn't think you were going to call, and it is lovely that you called us up and we got you on the radio this morning, because we've been talking about this story for a couple of days. It's just a weird story.
It is, isn't it? I know. Oh, bless her. I know it is. We do get a lot of abandoned cockles, but I think this is our first died chicken, to be honest.
First died chicken.
We're quite happy that there's a relatively sort of happy ending coming out of this, just hopefully Annie's going to be okay the next few days. But she's in high spirits, isn't she?
She is, yeah, definitely. She's enjoying herself at the moment.
Stephanie Williams from Every Bird Feather Rescue in Bolton. Thank you so much for calling Fixed Radio today. Cheers, Steph.
No problem. Thank you.
Have the best day. Thank you. Bye.
You too.
Fixed Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
I went up and down areas with a cosh, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. And I did it for maybe a week, hoping some black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, so that I could kill him.
Okay.
It's really extreme wording.
When you hear him say it, you think, well, that's a clip from a film. And it's not. That's Liam Neeson. You hear that and you think, it's clearly from a film. And then you realise, no, that really is Liam Neeson. And then you kind of think, wait a minute. Liam Neeson now sounds like all of the characters he played in films.
He does, doesn't he? That's a good point. You can't tell.
Does this bring us to the conclusion that actually Liam Neeson can't act? Because he wasn't acting in all those films.
He's just like that.
He really is like that.
He's just that intense.
It's like the director in Hollywood said, you know what? We're casting this. We could bring in an actor. I know. Why don't we bring in an actual arsehole to play this part? You've made an amazing scientific discovery, Andy. What is it?
Well, basically, I read up that tea is an evil substance.
Right.
It's more dangerous than beer, so please try avoid drinking it.
Yeah.
I discovered this the other night. I'd had 14 pints of beer till 3 a.m. at the pub, while my wife was just sat at home drinking tea. You should have seen how violent she was when I got home and angry.
And I bet you were
fine. Mate. I was dead peaceful, silent, and headed to bed. And she shouted at me all night.
That is the proof that tea is worse than beer.
And she shouted at me all night, and even into the next morning. So please, ladies, if you can't handle your tea, don't drink it.
Big Tone on the phone. How are you, Tone?
Oh, happy days. The original Big Mac and Mr. Drink Scotch. How is Manchester today?
Very good.
It's all right this morning, mate.
With the chicken, I was thinking pink. It might have been to a hen party, but apparently not.
Oh, right. Why did we not go there? Big Simpsons news this morning.
Do you like The Simpsons, Graham?
You know, I do, but I haven't watched The Simpsons for a while.
And, well, lucky you, because for me, The Simpsons is one of my favourite TV shows ever. Back in the day, it was so of its time, it was brilliant, it was classic, almost ahead of its time, really. But It's just been renewed for season 31 and 32. Wow. And I am very much of the opinion that is about 15 seasons too long.
Okay.
It's been rubbish for ages, mate.
It used to be great, though, didn't it?
Well, it used to be, like, cutting edge of comedy. There were Simpsons clips which stand up so well today.
There was an episode I liked. Maybe it's just because the game we're in is the one about radio.
This is the DJ3000. It plays CDs automatically, and it has 3 distinct varieties of inane chatter.
Hey, how about that weather out there? Whoa, that was the caller from hell. Well, hot dog, we have a wiener. Looks like those clowns in Congress did it again. What a bunch of clowns.
How does he keep up with the news like that?
How's it keep up with the news like that?
The problem is, mate, that'll be the next thing. We'll be replaced by machines sooner or later.
Well, we have been on Capital and Heart.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Mum's shock at Lion Toys Willy as she calls for them to be banned. Now, I'm not sure...
Any story that starts with Mum's shock or Mum's disgust, you know it's going to be a good one.
So she's not happy that a child's toy lion came with an added extra. And it was her daughter who got this thing, who's a 3-year-old. And there's a picture of it. So it's a plastic lion. It's not like a furry lion. It's a plastic lion. So it's like a molded thing. And there's like a molded outline. It's not even, an appendage it's sticking out or anything. It's just a molded outline, making the lion slightly more anatomically correct. You could be forgiven for thinking it was like, 3 blisters, 2 round ones and a straight one, because it's not even that prominent really in the picture.
I just love the idea that there's someone at this toy manufacturing place whose job it is to make the little lion willies. He's head of the willy department.
You can understand how that could happen in the factory where they make Tickle Me Elmo. Because a new starter might be given a task, and then they might find that Elmo is now anatomically correct, and then the shout might go out, No, Miss Jones, I said give him 2 test tickles. What are your plans for Valentine's Day, Mark?
Valentine's Day is my birthday.
Yeah.
The downside of it.
Yeah.
If you've got a missus, it's not your birthday, mate. Yeah. If I don't get her a card and 12 red roses, she'll be sat in the corner like a f***ing owl all day. When you haven't got a missus, when you haven't got a bird, on your birthday, all your mates who have got birds, they can't come out to play out on your birthday because they've got to go and take them for a romantic meal.
That's right. It's the worst day of the year to have a birthday.
It is.
Well, it has its ups and downs.
Is there an upside to it, Mark?
Well, yeah, if you are single, or when I was single, me and my mate, what we used to do is we used to get order a meal, go out for a romantic meal, these romantic, all the restaurants, they always up the prices, don't they?
But you and your mate?
Yeah, we'll book a table and ruin everyone's Valentine. All the couples that reignite their passion on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We ruin it, don't we, by looking at the birds, chatting everyone up. Yeah. But then there's a downside to that.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks we're great.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
We don't normally talk about fashion on this show, but there is a fashion item making the news this morning, and it's just totally bizarre. It's from a company called Boohoo.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the pictures of this?
No, I just know that Boohoo sometimes come out with controversial clothing items.
Okay, well, this one's a real hit. It's a bodysuit for ladies, and the leg line, would you call it, is cut very, very high, meaning there's a thong at the front. It is the thong front bodysuit.
Right, I've got an image of what this looks like in my head, and it's not pretty. Have you got a picture of it on your screen there?
I'm looking at a picture of it now.
Turn your screen round.
There you go. Now...
That's not real.
Unless the girl in the picture doesn't have the anatomy that's normally there, she's a freak. She's a Barbie doll. You know, there's nothing going on. Well, this girl looks like she's got this thing on backwards. And it's not bothering her at all. And I'm sure it would cause a front wedgie because there's no gusset. You know, and the daft thing is, you're supposed to wear trousers or a skirt over this thing, aren't you? So no one's going to see anyway. So why go through all the bother of it? You know what I mean?
I don't know why they post the picture. Why wouldn't they put the picture up of her wearing a skirt or trousers with it if that's supposed to be how you wear it, though?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, they cost £9. And they've sold out in every size apart from size 14.
Really? Well,
I'm glad that's not the picture. It looked like Mick Jagger being gagged.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Valentine's Day, yeah. How did yours go?
Went all right, mate. Hey, I did well with the present, I think. I think she appreciated it.
What
Lots
did you get
bits.
It's got a good effect. Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to hit with one of them. Yeah. So just a various different array of chocolates. A big chocolate teddy bear. Ooh. Just a nice little necklace, and then like a sort of cute little cat brooch type thing. And I think I did all right, to be honest.
Well done. Yeah. Well, Julie met me after work, which for me was 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah, how was your Wagamamas?
It was good. I'd already given her the card in the morning, and she was impressed with the card because it was a very understated card. And she did mention that I normally get teddy bears, and she didn't say, but I think she's fed up with teddy bears. So I've just gone with the more plain, more artsy, crafty type card. So I think I've learned something there.
Oh, so you made it yourself?
No, but it was you know, made one of those ones that, you know, it's made by artist, crafty type people. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not from the supermarket with the Hallmark ones, not the mass-produced.
It's not one of those printed ones, like you say, mass-produced.
Yeah. So I think I did all right there. Wagamama was great. I mean, I like Wagamama. And then we got the train home. And then I was just so tired, you know, doing this job, getting up at 4 o'clock, you know, by the afternoon, by about, I think it was as late as 6 o'clock, I don't know. Went to bed and, you know, I'm pretty sure there was a good chance of action, but I just fell asleep.
No, Graham!
That was it.
I've thrown my pen on the floor in disgust.
No.
Valentine's Day!
Yeah, no, I was just out. It's just, you know, the flesh was willing, the spirit was weak.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
The most beautiful ladies in the world are right here in Manchester.
Yes.
And a friend of yours is in the news today because she's through to the final of another pageant.
Yeah, I thought it was really good news, this story, especially after what I would think is a bit of a confusing injustice.
Yes. Well, let's talk to it. Natalie, good morning. How are you?
Hiya, good morning. I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
We're great.
Good, Nat.
Now, I want to know what your last name is because Gaz was telling me it's Pike, but the MEN has a different name. So this is a bit embarrassing, Natalie, but what is your name?
Oh my gosh, I know, it's so confusing. I got married last year, so I took my husband's name, which is Pavelek.
Yes.
But because I work in the media as well, you know, I present for Manchester City, and I've never really changed my maiden name at work, which is still Pike.
Oh, I see, right.
I think at some point I just need to take the plunge and just do it.
Okay. Now, this latest pageant, this is a Mrs. pageant, isn't it?
It is. So everybody will know like Miss World and Miss Universe, but yes, there is another world of pageants out there that is for married women as well.
Okay, and which one is it?
So I'm through to the final of Mrs. Galaxy UK.
Right, Mrs. Galaxy. Okay, so that means it's the Milky Way versus what? Girls from Andromeda?
Yes, basically, yes. And they keep finding new planets all the time, don't they? So
That's right. Yeah, well, I've heard that those girls are a bit minging. I think you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Okay, but the Manchester Evening News, their headline is something that's probably haunted you a little bit. It says, beauty queen and Manchester City presenter stripped of her title defies critics by reaching another pageant final. Just explain what title it was that you were stripped of.
So yeah, basically last year I won the title of Mrs. Scotland because I was born in Edinburgh. I lived in Manchester, moved to Manchester when I was 10 and grew up in Manchester, but I was born in Edinburgh.
Right.
And I won the title of Mrs. Scotland, so I was supposed to be getting off to Mrs. World,
yes,
which is one of the biggest sort of pageants for married women in the world in China. And then sadly I had to step down / got forced into it before I got disqualified because they didn't like my modelling past.
Your modelling past, and what was it?
Well, I used to, in my 20s, I used to do men's magazines. So I was on the cover of FHM, Zoo, Knots, all of the men's magazines that were out at the time. I had a really successful career and I was really lucky, and I travelled the world with FHM and in sort of around 2004, 5, 6, I was really well known for it. Yeah, no, they didn't like it, and so I graciously stepped down before it became too much.
Were you topless in those pictures?
Well, in some of them, yeah, because it was men's magazines. If you remember them in the early 2000s, it was like, they were huge. And so, yeah, some of the pictures were sexy and some of the pictures, they were FHM.
Right, I see. So, and that was their problem. So, but in pageants, there's a bikini element, there's a swimsuit element, isn't there?
There is, yeah, there is. So there's a swimsuit element in this competition, and I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest.
So it seems that they've got something against nipples, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, that's what it seems
It's like cleavage is fine, but we draw the line at the nipple. It does seem strange, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When it's a celebration of the beauty of women,
but not that bit.
But not that bit. You can't. Not that bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I personally think nipples are wonderful.
Right. Well, I'm with you on that one. Yes. Okay. Oh, hey, this has wound me up. There's another. Why do? I think I know why, and it's sinister. Let me get to it. I'll read you the headline. Boy kicked out of class for haircut. Here we go again. Yeah.
Mate, this happens all the time, doesn't it? There's always a story about this every so often. And it seems to be that people are surprised that this happens and shocked by the fact that this happens. My school was like that. My school, if you had a haircut under a number 3 in length, they'd send you to inclusion, which is like this separated part of the school, away from all your mates, away from your normal classes, until it grew back.
Why? There is no correlation between length of hair and ability to learn. There is absolutely no research or correlation whatsoever on that. What does it matter what the kid's haircut is?
It doesn't matter at all.
No.
Especially when the lines are so fine. When you're talking about a lad's got a number 2 all over. Oh, we can't send him to class. He can't be sat in class. Is it a distraction to people? What?
Now, I used to think that this was caused by power-hungry teachers, because I used to think... When
I was in school, I thought that.
Yes, I thought... Because your school is basically... If you are a head of a school, you're running an empire here. You make your own laws, your own rules. It's like your own little nation, isn't it? And you become an evil dictator. You get drunk with power and you go, right, we're going to make a rule on haircuts. North Korea has a rule on haircuts. Why doesn't this school have a rule on haircuts? They look at all the great dictators through history and the present and start copying them. That's what I thought was going on. Now I don't believe that. I believe that what education's goal is to suppress individuality and turn out obedient drones.
Absolutely.
And anybody that shows any way of standing out in any way is disciplined, ridiculed. You see, that model may have fit maybe in Edwardian times when they needed to produce people in the workforce who were going into the military, or they were going to be servants, or maybe they were going to work in a factory. Then you do need obedient drones. But we don't need as many obedient drones anymore. The world is being changed by people who are completely different, people who stand out. If you look at all the people who have made a difference and made the world better, people like Steve Jobs and Tony Wilson and John Lennon and Johnny Rotten, and you could just name all these people, these pioneers. I'll put Billy Connolly into that class as well. All of the people who've done that have been totally different to the obedient drones. So there is no progress without people who stand out. He's not even he's standing out. It's not even a unique haircut. It's one that the kids have. He's actually...
It's a trend.
He's not even standing out that far. He's basically the haircut the kids have. He would.
If he didn't have that haircut.
He would. Yeah. So
you get bullied probably.
And this is why when people like you and I, Gaz, who I like to think are people who failed miserably in the education system because we tried to stand out, you know, my only GCSE was actually GCEs at the time. I was at O-level grade D technical science, my only school qualification, no A-levels and no university. I believe because I didn't get indoctrinated into that, that's what's made me able to do the job I do here. It's why when you tune around on the dial on the radio, all you get is obedient drones talking about music mixes and all the rest of it. It's ruining the world. Schools, by having these rules, are ruining the world. It turns out, Gaz, that in a world where we were all born to push the envelope, we are constantly being told just to lick it.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.